The David Pakman show has been mentioned in The Economist. This is actually kind of a big deal. The Economist is a very well-respected, albeit often very fiscally conservative economic publication. When I was in undergrad in economics, when I was in grad school in economics, we were always looking at and reading The Economist. And there was actually an article called Gun Control. Data suggests gun do in fact kill people, which mentions the David Pakman show. It refers to the interview we did with Ben Shapiro, who is the right-wing guy. I don't know. He does have a radio show that he co-hosts, and he is a political pundit and a writer, so on and so forth. And the article actually references that, and it says, on a more serious note, conservative millennial pundit Ben Shapiro of Breitbart News had an interesting conversation after the Newtown shootings with liberal DIY news show producer David Pakman. Mr. Shapiro argued that it's hard to determine whether gun laws work since less restrictive areas such as New Hampshire have low gun violence rates, while highly restrictive areas such as Chicago have high gun violence rates. And then it quotes Ben Shapiro, and then it goes on to say, that isn't the least accurate crime stat quote I've ever heard, but it's not accurate, and more importantly, it's very misleading. I actually am really happy that something we did got on the radar of The Economist. I understand that some of their editorial pieces aren't necessarily conservative in principle. For all of the problems I have with The Economist, it's actually very exciting that something we did made it into The Economist.
It's always good news when we appear in places that we didn't think we would, right? I mean, even when we're being criticized, it's still good for us, right?
Yeah, and appearing I would assume that if we're in The Economist, it would probably be a negative piece, but this actually it's kind of neutral. It just states something that happened on the show. Excellent stuff, and thanks to the couple of viewers who actually sent me this. For some reason, it didn't pop up on our Google alerts, but our audience was able to send